Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm McKenna Rentmeester.
And I'm Herrmann.
This week on SPTV News, Cardboard for a Cause is raising awareness for the homeless. The women's basketball season is starting soon. The music of the Masters event is approaching, and Pointer Politics discusses why voting is important.
All of this and more when we return.
The next UWSP Coffee and Culture is coming up soon. This edition will be presented by the Men and Women of Color Initiative and will discuss critical race theory, as well as what it's like to live on a person of color on a predominantly white campus like UWSP. As always, coffee and tea will be provided for those participants. This event will take place on Tuesday, November 5th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the DUC Laird Room. This event is free and open to all.
The continuing construction of Isidore Street has many UWSP students increasingly frustrated with dorm life. McKenna Rentmeester took a closer look at this story.
The continuing construction of Isidore Street has UWSP students feeling frustrated with dorm life.
I personally don't. I think it's really inconvenient because it was the first day of classes and I had gotten up late to go get ready and shower and they ended up being turned off.
The construction of Isidore Street that started in late July has impacted the Stevens Point community. The neighboring businesses and campus life are feeling the effects directly.
Yeah, the construction, there's a few times where you hear like a jackhammer going and you're trying to study or sleep and it's just really hard to concentrate.
Due to recent weather delays, a later finish date has been set while students and faculty frustrations continue to grow.
I haven't actually gotten any major complaints. I hear it a lot in passing, so nothing actually personally to me, but I have had in passing students talking about the construction and complaining about it. Most of it's joking, but it's more in that serious joking way where they're kind of frustrated, but also there's nothing really they can do about it.
With prevalent parking problems happening already, construction on Isidore Street has decreased available parking.
My dorm is so close to where the parking lot P is. And being the Isidore Street closed down is it's really annoying.
Because of the construction, students have had to adapt their walking routes to get to class.
I know on Isidore that's one of the main streets that students, especially in Steiner and Baldwin, tend to get to their classes down that way. So I think it's been kind of a struggle for them to kind of go a roundabout way to get to classes.
Pending weather delays, the construction is set to finish mid-November.
The special event Cardboard for a Cause is coming this weekend. It is a program run by NRHH and RHA in order to raise awareness for homelessness while also getting UWSP involved in the community to help those in need. Each residential hall will work together as a team to make a cardboard house, which will be judged based on various criteria. The winning hall will receive an event trophy and another secret prize. The halls will also be holding a food and clothing drive. All donations will go to various homeless and warming shelters in the Stevens Point area. This event will begin on Friday, November 2nd at 4 p.m. and go until Saturday, November 3rd at 10 a.m. This event is open to all students.
90 FM, the campus radio station, is hosting an 18-hour radiothon auction. Theresa Yonash takes a closer look at this story.
This year marks the 15th annual Radiothon, the on-air auction hosted by UWSP's very own student radio station, 90 FM.
So it's an on-air auction. So it's kind of like the can I get a whatever sold? It's that, but we do it on the radio. We've got people running the phones, and we collect donations from local businesses. That's the stuff we're auctioning off.
Station manager Eli Plunkett explains the importance of the fundraiser for the student organization.
With the university's getting its funding cut a lot in the last couple of years, so more and more we're relying on these fundraising events like trivia and radiothon to keep us around.
Jonah Arbit, Public Relations Director, describes the process of promoting the event through local businesses.
We made some posters designed by one of our community volunteers. We hung those up around different businesses. More that were closer to the campus.
All of the volunteers involved in Radiothon enjoy connecting with their community and supporting them through the auction.
It's pretty fun for me to go out there and kind of connect with these people that I probably wouldn't have. It's cool to just talk to somebody who's running a business and yeah, it's just always interesting. Each business is pretty different, so it's pretty cool.
oddity news stories are also read during the Radiothon event to entertain listeners.
So we will probably get about 36 to 40 stories. We'll usually tell stories that are lighthearted, kind of funny, gets everyone in a good mood.
Laura Bomber, news director at 90 FM, enjoys collecting the fun and goofy stories.
There's a lost pig, and I guess the police had some Doritos, and it actually lured the pig in and brought it back home.
90 FM's Radiothon will be live on air starting at 9 a.m. December 1st and 2nd. With SPTV News, I'm Theresa Yonash.
If you would like more information about the event, contact Eli Plunkett.
Case is currently looking for volunteers to help out with a sustainable Sunday at Central Rivers Farm Shed. Volunteers will help plant and garden, as well as paint various things around the facility. There is currently room for 14 of volunteers to assist. It is suggested to sign up early if interested due to the limited space. Participants will be in the DUC at 10 a.m. and then walk over to the facility, and the volunteering will last until noon. The event takes place on Saturday, November 3rd. If you would like more information, contact Case.
Ice fishing is a meaningful sport to many during the wintertime. The UWSP Ice Fishing Club is open to all students. Wengrzyn Lee has more.
Ice Fishing Club is part of UW Stevens Point. I sat down to talk with Claude about this event.
The Ice Fishing Club is a club that basically goes out during the winter months and we go ice fishing. The purpose of the Ice Fishing Club is to give students educational, recreational, and competitive opportunities through the sport of ice fishing.
Many UWSP students would like to join in this club. The Ice Fishing Club has 6 officers and 45 members are interested in ice fishing. Claude gives a short introduction of their activities.
We have 6 officers and we have 45 members total. This year we plan on going to lakes like White Lake, Schwanel Lake, Lake Poygan, and Stevens Point Flowage is where we're going to be going this year. Our first tournament will be December 15th, and our last tournament is going to be, I believe, February 16th.
Claude talks about the process of cut ice when they go to ice fishing.
Basically how people cut through the ice is they use ice augers. Ice augers can be either hand augers or they are power augers like gas, electric, or propane augers. Basically they just cut a hole through the ice. They can range from 4 all the way up to 10 inches in diameter.
For SPTV News, this is Wengrzyn Lee.
As the weather continues to cool, the season for ice fishing will arrive soon.
The Hmong and Southeast Asian American Club has their Taste of Taj Rook event coming soon. The event theme for this is the mountains and will feature free entertainment as well as keynote speaker Chu Mua, who will discuss the language barrier issues that many can face. The event will take place on the Saturday, November 10th, the DUC Laird Room, at the doors opening at 4 p.m. and running until 10 p.m. Tickets are $11 for UWSP students, $13 for general admission, and $15 the day of. Call the DUC Information and Tickets Desk if you would like to purchase any tickets. If you have any questions, contact HASAC. That's all the news stories we have for you today.
We will be right back with sports after the break.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong, we are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking something to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and The Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different and they have their own unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make, and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things and I love it every day.
Wengrzyn, the 7th largest book printer in North America, is hiring students for the semester. We are 100% employee-owned and located right here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. All shifts currently hiring, with jobs starting at $10.80 an hour. Hours are flexible. For more information, contact the Wengrzyn HR department.
Welcome back. The Pointers football team pulled off the upset against the 10th-ranked UW-Oshkosh Titans on Senior Day Saturday, winning 27-21. The Titans got on the board first with a 34-yard touchdown pass. The Pointers responded on the ensuing drive with their own 34-yard touchdown pass from Max Harrow to Steve Hara. However, Victor Pontario missed the extra point, keeping the score 7-6 in favor of the Titans. The Titans made it 14-6 early in the second quarter, but the Pointers tied it up at 14-all with a 1-yard touchdown run by Samaje Williams and a 2-point conversion. The Pointers took their first lead in the game when Victor Pontario converted a career-long 48-yard field goal, making it 17-14 Pointers. The lead was stretched to 6 points by Pontario, making a 22-yard field goal. On the second play of the ensuing drive, Sam Schaefer got his second interception of the season and returned it 42 yards for the touchdown, giving the Pointers a 27-14 lead with just over 13.5 minutes left in the game. The Titans scored a touchdown on their next drive to make it a one-score game. The Titans got the ball back with 58 seconds left, but defensive back O.J. James stepped in front of a pass and deflected it to another Pointer who intercepted the pass to seal the victory over the Titans. Max Harrow led the Pointers offense, completing 14 of 20 passes for 164 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Samaje Williams led the Pointers in rushing with 42 yards on 13 carries. Christian Almonte led the Pointers in receiving with 8 receptions for 71 yards. They are now 3-5 on the season. The Pointers take on 4th-ranked UW-Whitewater on the road Saturday. The 2nd-ranked Pointers men's hockey team started their season on a good note Friday night by winning 4-2 over Aurora University. The Pointers' goals were scored by Kelly O'Brien, Logan Fredericks, TJ Rue, and Luke McElhaney. Sophomore goaltender Connor Rickman picked up the opening night win, recording 22 saves. The Pointers were back in action the following night against Trine University. The Pointers got on the board first with a goal from sophomore Zach Zeck. Trine answered back with its own goal a minute and 36 seconds later. Trine took the lead late in the first period, getting a goal with just 32 seconds left in the period. The Pointers then tied it up at 2-2 when junior Luke McElhaney scored at the 17:05 mark in the second period. Neither the Pointers nor Trine could break the tie in the third period or in overtime. The game finished in a 2-2 tie. Freshman goaltender Eli Billing recorded 10 saves in the game. The Pointers are back in action this weekend on the road, taking on Hamlin University Friday night and Bethel University Saturday night. The Pointers women's hockey team opened up their season with a 4-1 victory over St. Olaf College Friday night. The Pointers' goals were scored by Danny Heitzman, Cara Lemonrand, Sophie Vergovic, and Alex Grubbs. Senior goaltender Cindy Connolly recorded 23 saves in the opening night win. The Pointers were back in action the next day against St. Olaf College and rallied from a 2-goal deficit to get the 5-2 win over the Oles. The Oles were up by 2 goals before senior Lauren Smith scored her first goal of the season to cut the deficit down to 1 goal. The Pointers then scored 4 more goals the rest of the game to secure their second win of the season. Goaltender Sidney Connolly recorded 22 saves in the win. The Pointers opened their home schedule this weekend with 2 games against the University of St. Thomas. The Pointers women's soccer team finished the regular season with a 0-0 draw against UW La Crosse Saturday. Goalkeeper Lexi Pulaski made 9 saves to preserve the second shutout of the UW La Crosse Eagles this season. The Pointers only had 2 shots on goal for the match, one from senior midfielder Courtney Haas and one from sophomore midfielder defender Bree Windmer. The match went into double overtime, but neither team could break the tie. The second-seeded Pointers women's soccer team hosted the third-seeded UW Eau Claire Blue Golds yesterday afternoon in the second round of the WIAC Championship. Neither team could get on the scoreboard in regulation or in any of the 2 overtime periods, so the match went to a penalty shootout. The Blue Golds won the shootout 5-4 to advance to the next round of the WIAC Championship. Goalkeeper Lexi Pulaski made 7 saves in the match. The Pointers finished the season with 12 wins, 3 losses, and 4 ties. The UWSP women's basketball team tips off their season on November 16th. SPTV Sports caught up with their head coach this week. The women's basketball team starts the regular season in mid-November, and although they lost 3 seniors from last season to graduation, it will be important for young players to step up and play well this season.
We're very, very young with that sophomore class and then our freshman class coming in. So, every year we don't try to fill shoes. We just try to take what we have, put them together as a unit, and try to be as successful as we can out there on the floor.
The team had a huge opportunity to gain some valuable experience last weekend when they traveled to play UW Green Bay in an exhibition game despite the difference in their divisions.
Green Bay exposed a lot of things, and our kids, when we came back, we played them on a Wednesday. We came back, we had Thursday off, we practiced Friday. It was the best practice that we had, which was only practice number 9. So we tried to get our team ready in 8 practice days to go over and compete against a top 25 team in the country, obviously a Division I program as well. So I was really pleased with our effort. I was pleased with some of our execution. I was disappointed in some facets of the game, of our free throw shooting, having shot clock violations, our freshmen not realizing that we're playing with a shot clock and it goes off. I bet you we had 6 turnovers with shot clock violations. But those are things that we can correct and will make us a better team.
In order for the program to win the conference and get back to the NCAA postseason, Wegner hopes that the 11 non-conference matchups this season prepare the team for tough competition.
Those 11 games, I hope that it prepares this young team ready to play come January 5th, 3rd, 4th, whatever day it is when we open against Whitewater, who's picked to win our league. So, we're going to use these next 6 weeks and 11 non-conference games to figure out a rotation and be able to gain some experience, especially with playing our freshmen. Our freshmen will play, and so we need to get them as much game experience as we can heading into the regular season.
The next couple weeks will be important for the team to get ready this season. This is Michael Wengrzyn and Anna Herrmann for SPTV Sports. The season will start with the UWSP Tip-Off Classic, where the Pointers will face off against the University of Dubuque and Luther College. The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Toronto Raptors 124-109 to become the last undefeated team in the NBA. The game was big for the Bucks because their leader, Giannis Antetokounmpo, did not play due to concussion. Ersan Ilyasova led the Bucks with 19 points and 10 rebounds. Eric Bledsoe and Malcolm Brogdon also had good games, both scoring 17 points in the game. The Bucks are 7-0 on the season. The Bucks will stay undefeated tonight, where they take on the Boston Celtics on the road. That's all the sports stories we have for you today. Up next is Theresa Yonash with entertainment. I'm Michael Wengrzyn with SPTV Sports.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
So here they have like a sale at the DUC or whatever. Yeah. Some like type of coffee.
Doesn't know this now.
Quiet on set. We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV, mic check, audio check, news directors adjusting the sound, teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert! Cameras are rolling, bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap, lights out.
Welcome back. The Sociology and Social Work Club will be hosting a screening of the documentary Milwaukee 53206. This film focuses on the racially based jail sentencing that takes place in Milwaukee, highlighting how it incarcerates the highest percentage of black men in America and the impact of those incarcerations have on the city's community. The screening will take place on Tuesday, November 6th at 7 p.m. in the DUC Theater. The event is free and open to the public. Music of the Masters is back. Enjoy an evening of music from film with an elegant evening of food, fun, and performances provided by the students, alumni, and faculty of the Aber-Suzuki Center, located in the NFAC. There will be multiple performances, raffles, and door prizes throughout the ornamented night. Tickets are $50 in advance and $75 at the door. Ticket sales have begun. With the UWSP ID, students may receive half-off prices with one student ID per ticket. The event is on November 10th, 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, contact Lynn Kabowski or search UWSP's events for Music of the Masters. All funds raised through the Music of the Masters event support need-based scholarships. These awards enable music-loving students to build their skills in voice and various musical instruments. When families cannot normally afford lessons, over its 24-year history, this event alone has generated over $150,000 in scholarships. Help a great cause and enjoy your evening with Music of the Masters. The DUC Theater will be showing screenings of the film Crazy Rich Asians next week. Rachel Chu accompanies her longtime boyfriend Nick Young to his best friend's wedding in Singapore. However, once she arrives, she is blindsided by the fact that Nick's family is actually one of Singapore's wealthiest families, and Nick is also one of its most sought-after bachelors, making Rachel a target for many, including Nick's very own mother, making it clear the only thing crazier than love is family. The film will be shown on Wednesday, November 7th and Friday, November 9th from 9:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. in the DUC Theater. The event is free with a student ID and $5 without. Next Saturday, the UWSP Music Department will be hosting its Woodwind and Brass Music Festival. Austin Lepak has more.
On November 10th, the UWSP Music Department will be hosting its Brass and Woodwind Workshop Day. Dr. Andres Moran explains what this entails.
High school brass and woodwind players from all over Wisconsin come into our Department of Music here at UWSP, perform in ensembles with these other high school students along with our college music majors here at UWSP, and also get to learn from our great faculty here in our department.
Throughout the event, students will learn through university professors on different ways they can improve their skills.
During our Brass Day and Woodwind Workshop Day, our faculty will be here in the building working with each instrument. So for instance, I play the French horn here. So all the French horn students that come in and register for the event will have a chance to work with me and my students here, my college students, and get a chance to work through some warm-up exercises, technique drills, how to work on improving your sound and your technique for your solo and ensemble, for your band music and that sort of thing. So it's really a valuable chance to get some one-on-one or small group time with our excellent faculty here in the building.
At the end of the event, there will be a concert that is free to attend for the public.
The whole day is about giving high school students an opportunity to learn from our faculty and get to see what it's like to be a college music student. And so all of the event is open to the public. We'd love to have everyone come in for our concert at the end of the day at 3:30 in Mickelson Hall here in the Knoll Fine Arts Center. People coming into the concert are going to hear some great woodwind and great brass music. And for instance, on the brass side of things, we're doing one of John Williams' most famous scores, his piece, Raiders of the Lost Ark from Indiana Jones. And so it's really exciting to hear not only the high school students, the very talented high school students we have here in Wisconsin, but also our own college students playing along with them too.
For SPTV, this has been Austin Lepak.
Contact the offices of the Noel Fine Arts Center to find out more. The music department hosts many events and welcomes all to come and attend. The UWSP Department of Theater and Dance is putting on the hit musical Heathers. Veronica Sawyer is a teenage misfit who manages to find her way into the elite, ruthless group at the Westerberg High School, the Heathers. But before she can get comfortable atop the high school food chain, Veronica falls in love with the dangerously sexy new kid, JD, and that new romance ends up leading her down a new path no one could have planned for. Showings of the musical will take place on November 9th and 10th, and November 14th to the 17th at 7:30 p.m. A matinee showing will happen on November 11th at 2 p.m. Tickets are available for purchase now, $11.75 for students and $15 for adults. If you have any question, contact the UWSP Department of Theater and Dance. Magician Stephen Stone is coming to UWSP. He has been taking his magic shows on tour for many years and is excited to bring his talent to the university. Stone will be performing on Saturday, November 3rd from 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. in the DUC Encore. The event is free with a student ID and $5 without. That's all the entertainment stories we have for you this week. Coming up is Nathan Wegner with Pointer Politics after the break. I'm Theresa Yonash with SPTV News.
A very welcoming place. Even if you don't know what support you need, just coming down, we can look at individual schedules and talk about all the different options that are available.
That the TLC can definitely help students even for the slightest little bit. The writing lab, especially because you're going to have to write papers for any of the classes, they're able to proofread those and give you feedback on those.
The writing lab has been around since 1973, and it's the second oldest writing lab in the United States, which is kind of cool.
Surprised by everything that I learned about TLC because I didn't realize there were so many resources for students.
We'd love to see more students down here. I mean, it's great that we have 35% of the student population utilizing us, but that means that we have 65% that didn't utilize us, and I know we have support services that could benefit just about everybody.
It means to me that I'm able to add another link between the TLC and the students. I know that as a big organization, it's kind of hard to get word out to the students, especially because they're not going out and meeting with the students or being part of their classes or anything like that. So having that extra link probably helps them out a lot.
And when you come down, there's free coffee, tea, and hot cocoa, so make themselves at home and learn a little bit about how they can be supported.
Tobacco use is the largest preventable cause of death
and disease in the United States.
Cigarette smoke kills more than
480,000 Americans
each year.
41,000 of these deaths
are from exposure
to secondhand smoke.
Smoking harms nearly
every organ in the body.
Every day,
more than
3,800 kids
under the age of 18
smoke their first cigarette. More than 16 million Americans
live with a smoking-related disease.
On average,
smokers die 10 years younger
than non-smokers.
Smoking causes
cancer,
heart disease,
strokes, lung diseases,
diabetes,
and chronic bronchitis.
Welcome back. Scott Walker and Tony Evers held their second and final gubernatorial debate on Friday, October 26th. The one-hour forum occurred at UW-Milwaukee, just hours after Evers attended a rally with former President Barack Obama. Evers notably mentioned he would like to put more tax money towards UW schools and cut tuition for students. Walker mentioned he would keep his tuition freeze in place were he to be reelected, and also said he would provide tax breaks worth $1,000 a year for 5 years to college graduates who stay in Wisconsin. The two candidates also addressed health care, the minimum wage, and climate change in the debate. This was the last debate between the two candidates before the election. A poll was released on Wednesday following the debate, showing Evers and Walker locked in a dead heat as they are in the midst of their final week of campaigning. The poll, conducted by the Marquette University Law School, shows the two candidates tied at 47% among likely voters. 3% of voters are looking to vote for Libertarian candidate Phil Anderson, and 1% of voters are undecided with a 3.2% margin of error. SPTV would like to take this time to remind all students who are eligible to vote to make their voice heard this election season, as the vote will truly matter in swinging this election either way. Voting day is Tuesday, November 6th. That's all we have for you this week in Pointer Politics. I'm Nathan Wegner. Now back to Anna and McKenna.
Thanks, Nathan. That's all we have for you this week in SPTV News.
Until next time, Stevens Point, have a great night.